What up, guys? Mad Viking here, coming to you semi-live for this Sunday's Elimination Chamber match. Kind of shocked, but they're opening the show with the female women's chamber match. I said I might go live on this, but I'm already 20 minutes behind because I just walked in the door 5 minutes before 8, and I was having problems getting the network up. And I'm still eating dinner, and I didn't figure people wanted to sit there and watch me eat live. But anyways, Alexa Bliss came out first. She's going to start in a tube, I guess. Yeah, she's in a tube. Sasha Banks is now walking out. She looks like she has all new ring gear. Oop. Mickie James comes out third. She's got new ring gear on. It looks very Wonder Woman-esque, except it doesn't have any blue coloring in it. And Alexa Bliss, of course, thinks Mickie James is on her side, so she's standing in her cage smiling. Mickie James is acknowledging her, but I don't think they have an alliance going on. Oddly, Absolution comes out next as a unit. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, led out by Paige, but Paige is going back to the back. Not like she can get involved in this match anyway. I'd say Mandy Rose has got new gear on. So does Sonya Deville. They're both wearing like matching white and like gold. Well, Sonya Deville's white and gold, mostly white, but they're both wearing new outfits too. They're skipping and posing all around the ring. See, the last one out is Bayley. Shockingly. I'm still thinking she's turning heel. Sonya told Mandy to go hit a pod, so it's going to be Sonya and Bayley starting off the match. And here comes Bayley out now. She might even have new gear, it looks like. Everybody's buying new gear. Nothing really flashy with the first 5 minutes of Deville and Bayley. The first person coming out of their cube is Mandy Rose. How convenient. But I just noticed with the last bump that Bayley did with Deville is they laid down mats inside the cage outside the ring, where that's usually steel grates. So they laid down mats outside the ring, inside the cage for the ladies. So far, though, Bayley is still holding her own. She's beating the crap out of Mandy Rose, and Deville's laid out. Bayley was holding her own until Sonya came in with a big takedown. It almost was a spear outside of the ring. And now Mandy Rose and Deville are throwing Bayley into the cage back first repeatedly. So now Bayley's just getting the pee kicked out of her. Bayley is now hung up in the cage, prison style, and Mandy Rose and Deville are just slapping the piss out of her and kicking her in the stomach. She's absolutely laid out. Now here comes the second person out of the cage. I'm going to say it's Mickie James. Nope, it's Sasha Banks. Crowd's going nuts for Sasha. Sasha comes out on fire, takes down Deville. Here comes Mandy, and Mandy is thrown into a chamber. Twice. Oh, she blocks the second one. These girls are cat fighting right now. That's literally my cat. Knock it off, cat. Couple of minutes now into Banks is released from the cage, and she's just still dominating Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. She just took out Mandy Rose with a head-first headbutt into the second turnbuckle. Now they're finally getting some offense in on Banks. Banks just took a headbutt to the second turnbuckle in an attempted pin. Banks just hitting the bank statement. She made Mandy Rose tap out. And Bayley came in with the save to stop Deville from breaking it up. So the first woman ever eliminated in the first female women elimination chamber is Mandy Rose. I forget who was the first woman eliminated out of the first Royal Rumble. This is a long 5 minutes, though. I'm really shocked no one else has come into the chamber yet. Here we go. Countdown. It's going to be Mickie James. I think they're going to make Bliss wait till the last second. All right, Mickie James is in next. Mickie coming out blazing. Spin kicks on Sasha Banks. Takedown on Bayley. Big boot to Sonya Deville. She just got her first pin attempt on Banks. Neck breaker on Bayley. Every lady is knocked out right now. Oh, Banks came in with a big elbow, taking down Mickie James. Mickie James follows through with a takedown. With a big kip up by Mickie James. Alexa Bliss is smiling. Mickie with a Hurricane Rana off the cage onto Deville. She's pointing to a top of a chamber like she's going to jump off. She's climbing the cage. But here comes Banks to stop her. I was going to say, there's no way. Wow, big stiff kick on the Banks from Mickie James. Mickie James is going back to climbing the cage. Now Bayley's coming to stop her. Bayley's climbing the cage. They're throwing bows back and forth. Why would Bayley or Banks stop her? She was climbing the cage to jump on Deville. I don't. You know. Mickie James is continuing to climb. She just gained some height and altitude and kicked Bayley off. She's now stepped foot on top of the cage or the chamber. She's hulking up. Deville is on her feet. Mickie James jumped and got the pin on Deville. Deville is out. So much for Absolution. What an absolute waste. Sasha and Bayley instantly jumped all over Mickie. 30 seconds later, Bayley hits Mickie with a belly to Bayley. That's worst finisher, I think, in the company, and pins Mickie James. So Mickie James is out. I didn't think they were going to let her win either. You all know my pick on this one, and she's still in there. Like I said, this was another long 5 minutes. I can't believe Bliss is still in her chamber. And now Bliss realizes she doesn't have an ally left in there, and she's freaking out. Bayley and Sasha are giving each other nods like they're going to team up and take on Bliss when she comes out of her chamber. They're just sitting there resting right now. Banks and Bayley are literally standing outside of Bliss's pod waiting for her. Bliss's pod opens and she closes it. She's trying to... she got out the other side of the chamber. She's trying to climb the cage, but now Banks... Nope. She fights off Banks and Bayley. She is now sitting on top of her chamber pod. Now she's scaling across the other side of the cage, climbing it. Banks is on top of the pod now, staring her down. Bayley is climbing to the opposite chamber pod and climbing up to it. Now she's standing on top of one, while Bliss is hanging off the chains in the middle of the cage. Now she's deciding to climb down, and both girls are following her. Banks and Bayley beat her to the ground, and now Bliss again is climbing the cage. She climbed back up before the girls could grab her, and she's moving over to a pod. But then again, Banks and Bayley are on each opposite end of a pod. They cut her off. Banks is beating her on top of the pod. Bliss did hit Bayley in the face. Banks is helping Bayley up. Oh, she was. She was helping her up on top of the pod, and then she kicked her in the face and knocked her down to the outside the ring apron, where she's laughing at Bayley in her pain. So it's Banks standing over. Bliss is gone. Again, I think. They're in a replay. I think Bliss took off the... Yeah, she's gone off the pod. And Banks is a note. Now she's... Alright. Banks is down off the pod. So is Bliss. Bliss is crawling around the chamber. She's crawling into another chamber. She's trying to anyway. Now here comes Bliss, or Bayley from behind, taking down Banks. Bliss cold cocks Bailey, and she's going for a pin attempt. 2. Bailey has Banks in the Tree of Woe and is just kicking field goals on her head. Bailey has been pretty dominant this whole match. Now Bailey is climbing the ropes. She still has Banks in the Tree of Woe, and here comes Bliss. Bliss is climbing the turnbuckle too, with Banks still hanging upside down. Alright, Bliss is going for a suplex on Bailey. Hits it. Banks is getting out of the Tree of Woe. Banks is on the top rope. Splashes Bailey in the center of the ring. 1, 2. Bailey kicks out. Bailey with a big Bailey to belly off the top rope onto Banks. She was going for the pin. And Bliss just came in and broke it up, rolling Bailey up and eliminated her. Wow. Not what I saw coming. Now she's going for the pin on Banks. Banks kicked out at 2.5, and Bliss is ripping her hair out. Bliss has climbed on top of a pot again. Banks is outside of the ring. Bliss is standing, getting to her feet. Banks is stumbling around. Bliss is jumping. Banks has rolled out of it and got her in the Banks statement. But it's outside of the ring. No, wow. She just barrel rolled Bliss into the ring. She still has her in the Banks statement. She's rolled to the center of the ring. They're both up on their feet. Bliss is ramming Banks backwards into the turnbuckle, and Banks has just broken the hold on the Banks statement. Bliss just charged, and Banks gave her 2 big boots to the face. Banks is climbing the turnbuckle, acting like she's going to the top of the chamber. Bliss comes up from behind and pushes her headfirst into the chamber. Banks is spinning around, and Bliss has her in a top rope DDT for the pin. Bliss just retained the title in the first ever Women's Elimination Chamber. I kind of thought Bliss was going to win. Like I said, if you watch my predictions video, I was like, nobody else in the chamber had a storyline going except for Bailey and Banks. And of course, Bliss is the active champion. So this one was hard to predict. But Bliss retains in the first ever Women's Chamber. She is the winner. Alright, next was not on the card, so it must have been thrown in last minute. And it was a match between The Bar and Apollo and Titus O'Neil. I took a 5-second nap, and they were already in previews for the next match, but I did have to go back and look. The Bar did retain their belt in like a 5-minute no-nothing match. Next up is supposed to be Nia versus Asuka, I'm assuming, because they just showed Nia Jax smashing Asuka's mask backstage, stepping on it. So this match better deliver. In my eyes, it should. But I did pick Asuka to win. Finally, after like a 10-minute delay, like they ran out of promos, they were playing Nia Jax's music, nothing was going on. It was basically just dead air there for a little bit. But Asuka is coming out first. She has a brand new yellow and black mask. The face is yellow with the black line across the top of it. Nia is using her weight and size against Asuka. Asuka has not gotten a single lick of offense in. Nia's going for a pin attempt. Of course, Asuka's kicking out. Nia has Asuka in a torture rack. We haven't seen that ever yet from her. Asuka just fought out. And has Nia Jax in a guillotine submission hold. She's folding Nia Jax in the middle of the ring. She is still on her feet, though. Nia just countered and turned it into a suplex. Asuka's finally sporting some offense with her normal series of kicks on Nia. And she followed through with a 2-count pin attempt. Asuka is obviously wondering what she has to do now to take out Nia. She's climbing the turnbuckle. And Jax has met her before she got to the top. Nia just headbutted Asuka. Nia's climbing the turnbuckle, trying to turn it into not a suplex, but I guess a Samoan drop. Asuka fought out. She's trying to sunset flip Nia off the turnbuckle, but it's not happening. Nia, I think, is going to splash Asuka there off the turnbuckles, which she attempted to do, but Asuka rolled out of the way. Asuka's back to kicking Nia in the face. Nia blocks it and knocks her down. Asuka just leaped onto Nia and got her into the armbar in the center of the ring. Nia's trying to roll out of it. Nia is picking up Asuka and just crushed her into the top turnbuckle, breaking the hold. That was pretty impressive. Nia is pacing the ring. Nia picks up Asuka, screaming she's going to WrestleMania. Asuka rolled through it, wrapping up Nia, and schoolgirled her for the pin. 1, 2, 3. And of course they're showing Alexa Bliss standing in the back looking terrified. But Asuka has Asuka has obviously won, and she is still undefeated. Of course, Nia's coming up from behind now as Asuka celebrates, and she's attacking her. She has her by the hair and just chucked her out of the ring. Nia's following. Asuka's trying to fight back with gut punches to Nia. Nia catches Asuka's leg and throws Asuka backwards into the ring post. Asuka's back to her feet, and Nia just carjacked her through the outside guardrail. Nia is chucking the guardrails all over the place. She's standing over Asuka. Now they show Alexa Bliss watching again from behind, and now she's smiling. So she's happy with the way that ended, I guess. And now Nia is speed walking to the back. I don't know if that means she's going after Alexa Bliss. Next matchup is so far very interesting. It's Bray Wyatt versus Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy came out first for his entrance, and he hit the ring. And before it was even over, of course, the lights went out, meaning Bray Wyatt was coming. And when the lights came back on, all that was in the ring was Bray Wyatt standing over Matt Hardy's robe. And you can hear Matt Hardy over the intercom singing the Delete song to Bray as Bray is searching around the ring looking for Matt Hardy. And then all of a sudden, here comes Matt Hardy out of nowhere, jumping off the top turnbuckle onto Bray Wyatt to start the match. That was interesting. This must have been a one-sided match between Bray and Matt, but Bray was totally in control. Matt's starting to get some offense in. Side effect onto Bray just now for a 2 count. The crowd is behind Matt. He's on the second turnbuckle. I think, okay, he was dropping an elbow. I thought he was trying to do a twist of fate. Here it comes. Well, Bray blocked it. Uranagi on the mat. Followed up with a body splash, going for a pin. Matt kicks out. Matt Hardy hit a big twist of fate just now, and he got the 1, 2, 3. I don't think I picked Matt Hardy to win, even though I wanted him to win. I thought they'd go with Bray because he's technically the younger talent. But this doesn't mean this is the end of the feud by far. The crowd seemed to be really into both these guys. But it seemed Matt was more entertaining, that was for sure. They're going through the replay. Big twist of fate. But you have it. Matt Hardy beat Bray Wyatt. Next up is the time filler. Signing of the contract of Ronda Rousey. And of course, as I predicted, Stephanie McMahon is involved. And what I was trying to say in my prediction video, that Triple H, I would be shocked if he wasn't there too. And lo and behold, they're both standing out there gloating. Ronda Rousey has just now hit the ring. Kurt Angle's out there too with the contract. But Ronda Rousey has now hit the ring. She has a fitting leather jacket on this time. And if you didn't know that leather jacket she came out in the first time, it was Roddy Piper's jacket he always wore. His son officially flew it out there and gave it to Ronda Rousey. But obviously she isn't wearing it anymore. She has a girl's leather jacket on now, and of course, like I said, it fits. And she actually looks in better shape here. I thought she looked a little bit big when she appeared at the last pay-per-view. But she looks good here. And of course, Steph is gloating, and I can't hear what she says because I'm talking. So I'm going to cut this off. Triple H has just announced that Ronda Rousey, of course, wanted no special perks in her contract. And when she signs her contract, it's guaranteeing her a spot at WrestleMania to compete, but not for her title. I'm just waiting for the big gotcha moment here, because they're like pushing her to sign her contract, Triple H and Stephanie. Triple H is like, Triple H has like Kurt Angle occupied, and Ronda and Steph is like pushing Ronda to sign. No. Kurt Angle is trying to smarten Ronda Rousey up. He's spilling the beans. How Triple H and Steph are just trying to get her to sign her contract so they can hold her down for embarrassing them at WrestleMania 31, where she threw Triple H to the ground and almost broke Steph's arm. And then Kurt Angle followed through with, "Hey Steph, didn't you tell me today in your office that Ronda Rousey's nothing more than a has-been and that you can take her?" Now, Ronda went after Steph, and of course Triple H hit the ring. She still hasn't signed the contract. Triple H has split them up, but he's trying to get Stephanie out of the ring now, and he's trying to coerce Ronda to sign her contract, which she still hasn't signed, by the way. Oh, shit. Triple H came back into the ring to coerce Ronda Rousey to sign her contract, and Ronda Rousey basically chokeslammed Triple H through the table. And then Steph came back in and spun Ronda around and slapped her in the face. And now she's trying to go all VKM into Ronda's face, screaming, "Who do you think you are?" And then Ronda mean mugged her, and Stephanie just crapped her pants, and she's running out of the ring. Still no signed contract. Oh, she's picking it up, though. And she's signing it. It's going to be a waste of a match at WrestleMania. Steph doesn't want to take bumps, obviously. We're supposed to believe that Ronda Rousey can chokeslam Triple H through a table.